Yeah, because it's not on the end, is it?
That's real close.
You want to mark it?
I'm just going to tack it.
Ah, you're just going to put the screw in?
Well, this isn't the screw. It's a screw for just idea's sake.
Gotcha. You need a hand?
It's at this point. Oh, bite, right?
How far in did that go? Oh, pretty deep.
Start. Looks like it wanted to blow off the square.
Is it off square?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to hold it there?
I need it like in between those two.
Nope, it just moved on you. Where can I help? Because I'm
Come hold
pretty
this.
sure you can. Am I pressing too hard on it?
No. Alright. Take your thumb and put it over here. Yeah. Oh.
How about that?
That. That'll be closer than before. Good catch. Sort of.
You get 2 points for that?
No.
Looks good. What do you think? When you drill this hole, you want to just put it down in? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Sit. Sit.
That will be close. Love that pressure treated. There we go.
Still seem square?
Does now. Well, that will be close enough for government work, I think.
Man, that's way better than government work.
Where's the price?
Nope, wait up. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. Too tight. What am I missing? Even.
What's that?
I'm wondering if am I even? No, it did knock it in.
Is it not square? Hang on.
Real close.
How is it not square?
But I bet you it goes in without this.
That made it look easy. Of course, that's the blind side.
And that's still right. I just don't know how to put a mount in there and it stays square.
You got it on there now. Good deal.
Like charge bars and stuff.
Yep, you got charge bars here. You have dies here. That's where your powder hopper's gonna go. It's like another one for your powder hopper. The tool head is gonna be almost square shaped. Kind of this U. It's the only thing that'll fit in there.
That could be. I know the press was down underneath here, so.
Looks like you already are set up there. You see how it sits on the stand?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what are those? Are those 9mm dies or what?
Well, shoot, they didn't have this marked. I don't know.
It'll be. You hold them up.
I see Dillon 9mm.
Cool.
On that, I think that's what it says on there.
Oh yeah, 9mm. Good deal. So come over here and you can slide it right on in.
So we would need
Yep. Just like that. All right, now there are 2 pins that go in here to keep that guy from moving at all. Oh, hang on, they're going to be long and pointy.
So this is you're talking about on the floor plate, right?
Right. There's your other shell plate, and you see your locator
And it
buttons.
says 5.
Yep.
So that's what that was too.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's it. Here we got 2 number 5s. It's cell 1.
Speaking of that one, right?
Here we go. Here's one of them.
Okay.
Okay. And there's another one. That seems mighty long. Is it poking out of the bottom? No. All right. It's not coming out, is it? There should be another one in there.
This?
Yeah, your 9mm kit. And put the locator buttons in there, and I'll show you how the cases go through. I think I might have seen a 9mm case in here. Yep, we'll use that for demonstration purposes. These are your locator buttons.
Okay.
And as you can see, they go in each one of these holes. There's 3 per set.
Now they're all numbered 3. Does that matter?
They all need to be the same number.
Okay, they are that.
Okay. And there's a chart from Dillon that you can find out, you know, which combinations are for what. So the number 5 shell plate, number 3 locator buttons are for 9mm. These things will come right out if you use a vacuum. Like if you get some powder around here, you come through with your vacuum. Ask me how I know. You're like,
How you saw that?
Was that put a screen or something over it?
Your wife's old pantyhose.
Is that right?
An old pair that she doesn't need no more?
Yeah, just put a screen or something over it, huh?
That's it, man. It slips right over the end. That's when I lose stuff in the house. Like, you know, oh, I lost an earring. There it is.
There's a tip for you. Good stuff. All right, now take a look at this. This is station number 1. So you'll put your case in there, and this little pin, this elongated paperclip looking thing, will hold it. That's perfect. And so now you want to rotate this guy around, basically to each one of the stations. And this is a manually indexing press. So once you go up with it, you come down with it, you rotate.
Okay.
Now you're at station 2. The idea would be then you put another case in station 1. You go up, you come down, step and repeat, and you'll see.
So what's going on here? Powder?
Yes. All right. First you have deprime and resize. Next you have flare the case mouth and put powder in it. It's going to do the same thing right here in this one. Next, this is where you seat the bullet. And what you're going to want to do is you want to come over here and you want to look in this case. You want to actually be able to look down in there as best you can.
Right.
It helps to have good light so you can look down in there.
Yeah, I will be mounting a really nice light here.
Good. So that you can see that there's powder. And that's one of those things that will prevent you from getting the squib load and all the problems associated with that. So imagine now you got one here and one here. You're doing that. You rotate it. Exactly. Just like that. You put in another one. Over here you would seat your bullet so that the process continues. And eventually you'll get 4 of these going at each time. So each time you pull the handle, like so, you get a finished round coming out of this station. And then you'll see this little thing here will kick it out. So when I turn it, you'll see it come falling down right here. And down he goes. But yeah, that should be something to catch it.
I'm almost wondering if this isn't for some attachment too.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I mean, it probably is for something.
Yeah, or a light maybe or something. Yeah.
I'm not sure. But yeah, there's a purpose for it, I'll bet. So yeah, this is the Dillon 550. I mean, everybody the world over pretty much talks about this thing and how cool it is. It's not the biggest, baddest press they make, but it's one that everyone seems to be in love with. Main thing is rotate that shell plate. What you could do is you could go down. You could pull the handle down, raise the ram. You could do that more than once. You could double charge your case because each time it goes up, he's going to drop powder. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to double stroke it. When in doubt, rotate the plate, but always look inside to see, if you have powder in it or not. You'll get the idea of what powder looks like a single charge or double charge. I don't know if you saw in that video that I did, but some cases, like 38, man, you can put 4 or 5 times the amount of powder that's supposed to go, which of course is a bomb. So that's the thing to watch out for. But yeah, this is, we have to set your your primer slide up, and we do the powder measure and the little return on that. But yeah, this is the majority of it set up here. At long last. It's gonna hold your primers, your spent primers. Here, watch where this guy goes.
So is that in line with where it punches it out?
It's exactly in line. Matter of fact, it comes down and they're held here. See, watch this. When it goes up, you can see it opens, and then when he comes down, it opens it up and just drops it
like a
neatly right in there.
clam bucket on it.
Exactly. All right, the bar is right over here. Oh, sorry about that. You're gonna have 2 of these, most likely. That looks to be the same size to me. I'm not sure if it is or not. Yeah, one of these is small, one of them is large. I'm not sure which is which. But can you...
do I screw these in?
Yeah, but here, watch this. All right, so we can raise that up so we can get to all the stuff underneath here. This guy slides back and forth right in there. And what you have in your hand goes on top of it. Just like that.
Does it in back or front of that screw?
It's got to back up a little bit. Back this way. Yeah.
Oh, so that's the stop.
Yep. There's 2 screws underneath there. And so this guy will hold all your primers right in there. This little spring, you want to bring him back to here. See, it's a little spot that's just asking for something to attach to it. So that it pulls him nice and snug like that. All right, so you got that going. Next is this guy here. As you lower it down, you can see, am I holding this? Basically, he needs to come back so it rides like that. And you'll get this real snug. So that when it goes up, this will push him out. So he comes back, it rides in there. You got the spring wanting it to come back, pulling on it here. So it looks like the spring's a little bit stuck. So either a little bit of lube, maybe some dry lube, or just working it back and forth. You got a couple other ones. You might find one to be a little smoother than the other. This is how that assembly will go. Sometimes people put more than one spring. Well, not more than one spring, but they might put a stronger spring just to get it to cooperate. This has been sitting for a while, so just some of the, exercising it will help smooth out some of the burrs. But that is your primer assembly. All your primers will go in there. A lot of times people will put this on top. You can watch as this comes down to give you an idea of when you're about out of primers. Because it looks just like that when it's completely empty.
Right.
So, but it'll sit up here and just drop one at a time. And Here, let me show you this. Take a look, because the primers are going to go. Oh, here, let's lift up. It comes down. There we go. The primer is going to be sitting right there, and you'll actually press forward to seat the primer. So that'll push that primer right up in there, and as you pull it back, you'll see this come back here a little bit.
Right.
That's where it's picking up a primer. The good thing is you can't pick up more than one primer. So if there's one already sitting there, it won't grab another one. You're good. But you'll see it move forward. Come on, Mr. Spring. You'll see it move forward. There we go. It'll move smoother than that once you get it set the way you want to. And then you press forward on that, rotate the shell plate. That's how that guy's going to go. Are you needing a wrench?
Well, we may be needing to completely slide the thing out.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that won't stay. Actually, that won't stay. I was afraid it was going to fall out.
This camera helps throw some light, if nothing else.
Gosh. Come on, there. Seat. It's like it wants to hang up.
The auto light function is annoying.
It's that this hole here almost needs upsized slightly.
You know what? You probably got to screw it into it. It's probably just the right size.
Oh, you know what? It does look like it's threaded.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, let me put this camera down. We'll just give it a turn. Yeah, your charge bar is your volumetric, and you turn this screw. Matter of fact, I can show you on one of these. Yeah, let's say this was your charge bar, and this is like for rifle powder.
Right.
Charge is going to fall in here, and then as it moves over, it's going to dump that much down this powder funnel into your case. But you can, here, hold that please. As you give that a turn, yeah, you'll see it's going to move this guy back and forth. And usually you don't need a tool to do that, but you can see you got a limited space in which that's going to move. But that determines how much powder drops on each one. And once you get these things set, unless it's like a stick powder or something, they're usually very consistent. You can see this little stud here a lot of people use to put more spring action on it. And that simply, when it goes this way here, this whole thing kind of comes up, and that spring is part of what's pulling it back. The other part's going to be right here, this assembly that we'll set up here in just a moment. But as you can see, having to put this together, you get a better understanding of what all is involved and what this thing's going to be doing. Here's the powder funnel. It's hollow, obviously, so the powder can fall through it, and it flares your case mouth also. Yeah, feel free to push on it.
And it, when it goes up, is that when it allows the powder to drop?
Yes.
So
as all of that, if you pushed on that hard enough, you would push it to the point of actuating this, and powder would come down. But that's kind of tough to do with just your finger.
Right.
But the yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's coming all the way up through there. Huh?
Yep. And it's basically it's going to move the entire length of this here, and basically that just grabs your powder and then dumps your powder right down in there. So you're good on that. let's find your. You can locate your bar. Yeah, you just.
Is there any certain?
Yep, it'll only go on there one way. Just like that. Now you're kicking it old school. That I think is the original powder stand. They or a two-head stand. They have some metal ones now that allow you to put basically all of this,
Right.
you know, together. It's got a little groove over here, you know, where this sits in sideways, and it's got holes for your locator buttons. But in the meantime, the combination of these two things, you know, as long as you know about where they are, you can get your hands on them. That's what you need to do your caliber changeover. Some people like to have a whole powder measure for each one, because if you do, you can just pull pins and switch it over really, really quickly. That's one of those luxurious things.
Right,
yeah,
right,
it is nice. It is nice to have, especially.
How much is that?
I don't know how much they're running currently. Maybe 50, hopefully less. Don't quote me on that. I got to look and see. I don't know. I don't know is the correct answer, instead of trying to make up some numbers. So yeah, primer pickup tube, primer assembly. Primer goes right in here. Just comes in and out. Need to find a little bar where that guy goes. It's around here somewhere, I'll bet.